大家好,
and welcome to
White Gaze,
where we white gaze upon the drama,
the looks,
and the language of our newest favorite Chinese television show, Empresses in the Palace, otherwise known as
Zhen Zhuan.
I'm Trenty.
And I'm Big Westi. And on my way over here, my neighbor was like, Chu.
Oh.
And I was trying to tell her, I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch Zhen Zhuan. And she was like, oh, 听不懂.
Oh.
And so I went and I typed it out on I
Okay.
texted it to her and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Zhen Zhuan. And she, I don't know if she is Shanghainese or what, but she was not getting it.
Well, what did you type?
Zhen Zhuan. I can show it to you.
Oh. Would you say your neighbor is older or younger? I mean, I know her, but...
She's older than me.
Right. So it could be that she maybe hasn't seen the show. We met a gay person this weekend who also said that they did not watch the show.
Who said that?
Sean the drag queen.
Oh, yeah.
Very fierce as the Kitsune Fox spirit, but not very fierce as a gay Zhen Shuijia. So we did give them an invitation. If they ever watch the show, then they can come to be a guest on the pod. Yeah, that is how you write it. Yeah.
I know how to write it.
Yeah, he just showed it to me, the Hansa of what he tried to show his neighbor. Damn. She did not know.
It's wackadoodle time. It is wackadoodle time.
We'll examine the photo later.
Who was that?
Andres.
Oh, because you're going to Vietnam.
I'm going to go to Vietnam, yeah. And so I texted him yesterday. I was like, I think I'm going to come to Vietnam, so.
And that's how he responded.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what episode are we watching today?
We're watching episode 37.
Okay, by the way, before we get into it, I just had this feeling when we were doing the intro. Is it our newest favorite Chinese television show? Because, I mean, it's been a while.
We can just say our favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think we have to retire the new.
Uh-huh.
We're not new anymore.
We're not new. We're almost Zhen Shuijia.
We are almost.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're halfway through. What's 37 times 2?
I'm an English teacher, not a math teacher.
I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Does that even make any sense?
No.
And I think that's why it's funny.
It is. Thank you for the mini little TED Talk on jokes. But yeah, so I think we're halfway through. We're old. It's 74.
Did I lie?
Wow, you're so good at math.
Thank you.
Yes. Last episode
Happened.
I said.
and so we start this episode and Cao Guiren.
No, I do remember what happened last episode.
Oh, okay.
There was the drama with the Empress Dowager because she got mad because Zhen Huan used her fragrant fat pussy to convince the emperor to make decisions regarding the state and politiques.
Yeah, she's not allowed to be doing
And
that.
she can't do that. And so she was too powerful. She got put back in her place by the Empress Dowager.
So was she mad or was she not mad?
I think she was mad, but remember, just like the metaphor, she was using the bitterness at first before she got into the sweet.
Before she got into those little cherry tomatoes.
It's like, let me spank you and then rub it.
Yes, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
So this episode...
We start this episode and Cao Guiren is in the garden and we see that Zhen Huan rolls up on her.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to see her greet Princess Wenyi.
Yeah, this was super cute.
Because she gives her the little kiss on the cheek and she
Yes.
goes, oh wait, not this one.
Yes.
And it was funny because Cao Guiren refers to Princess Wenyi as a mischievous little goblin.
This mischievous little goblin. I want to go back and remember how to say that so I can playfully say that to other little children I encounter.
Mischievous little goblin. I should probably learn it too.
Yeah, you should. Next time you see Kevin.
Uh-huh.
Also, did you notice? This was just from a directing standpoint, and I think I know exactly why. Because they're working with a child star who potentially Ting Budong directions.
Yeah.
All of the filming angles, you never actually see the little girl's mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, like, all the little lines that she says in this scene, you never actually see that actress's mouth move.
Did she have lines?
Yeah, she had, like, this one where, like, Cao Guiren was like, greet your sister, and she was, like, trying to say, like, Wan Pin Yang Yang Wan Fujin An, or, like, she was about to do that. And then, with the smooches.
Yeah. Okay. Later on, did you notice this with Jinhwan's sister?
No, because she's, like, 10.
She was a little older. She could deliver a line.
Her pizza's about to be selected.
Right? Whenever I was that age, I could deliver a line. I could have been in this show, too. And I could have been in drags, too, and I could have been the sister.
And aren't you just so sad that you missed out on that casting call?
You want to know what? The elementary school that I went to...
What, you were like 20 in 2011?
In 2011?
Yeah.
No, I was like 14.
Oh, damn.
The elementary school that I went to, I had older siblings that went through there as well. And so it was always a thing on Halloween that like the boys, or there was like a gender swap for like 6th grade.
Oh.
In 6th grade for Halloween, it was like a gender swap.
6th grade.
The 6th graders would do it. It was just like a thing that 6th graders did. And then there was like...
That was a gay test.
And then, no, because my brother did it.
And
like everybody
passed.
did it. Everybody did it.
The little ones that like fucking serve, they're like, oh, gay. We got him.
They had already got me. I clocked myself. But I remember being so upset because it's Texas, and they wanted to they like wouldn't let us dress up for Halloween anymore. Like by the time I got to 3rd grade, and because they didn't want like gory shit, they didn't want slutty shit. That like
the 2 Halloween options,
gory and slutty. Yes.
What
are you gonna serve?
Totally honest.
Maybe both.
And I was very upset about it because like I wanted to get there and I wanted to do my little 6th grade drags, and I was so mad because we
couldn't do it.
Yeah, and so we had to do like 50s Day. It was what it was called. We did.
You
50s
did a fucking
Day.
like sock hop.
Everybody dressed up in like little poodle skirts.
And were you allowed to wear the poodle skirt?
And when I got to 5th grade, hell yeah. Me and all my friends were the pink ladies.
Wait, I want to see this photo.
I'll try to find a photo.
I have to see that.
Because all of the other ones, it was just like rolled up jeans, rolled up white t-shirt, fake bubblegum cigarettes.
Oh.
I got in mad trouble for that, but my mom was like, we're doing it.
But you looked fierce.
Tucked in the ear.
No, Davide already said that he wanted to be Sandy.
Mm-hmm. We were the pink ladies. Oh, well, I don't want to do it again. I did it in 5th grade. It's already been done.
Oh. But was she slay?
It was slay.
She was so slay.
It was so slay. How did we even get here?
I don't know.
Oh, kid. Oh, I could have been a kid actor.
Yeah, I could have
been a child actor because I was a woman in 5th grade.
Now,
and I was, bitch. I was fucking Frenchy too. I was blonde.
Of course. Now, did you notice Cao Guiren and her were having this conversation? She was like, oh, what are you doing this afternoon? And she was like, I'm going to go look at these flowers over there. That's just what I'm going to do. And then I think Jinhwan was like, yeah, well, I'm about to go home.
Next question.
Hi.
But it is Cao Guiren that walks up to Jinhwan in the scene where they're secluded.
Oh, yeah. So it could have been either way, right? I'm not sure which direction it was.
But it was like, I'm gonna go look at these flowers over here, and it's like,
I'm gonna go over here, and then the other one was like, all right, good to know. Then they waddle up.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, yeah, can I talk to you for a second? And then it's kind of just like all eyes, and then Jinxi's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll leave.
Right. Which I love to see Jinxi on TV, especially when her hair looks very cute.
Yeah, she had a really fierce little hairdo.
It looked like it actually had a gap in it. Like there was hair and then there was a piece. Like
yeah, it was what does Yara Sofia call it? A pop-it-on. It was a pop-it-on.
It was a pop-it-on, and it had some flowers popped on as well.
Mm-hmm. They probably do that with styrofoam.
Do you think they had styrofoam in the Qing Dynasty?
I'm talking about the television production.
Okay. All right.
Cao Guiren reveals that Hua Fei is asking about Jinhuan. She's like, what has Jinhuan been up to since I've been away?
Right. Because Jinhuan is like, listen, we made a pact when I sort of traumatized Fu Cao Guiren that you were going to be on my side now. But now that Hua Fei is back in power, I understand if you want to go back to her.
Yeah, she's been your friend y'all have been together for so long. It's like, now that she's out and about, why would it not still be that way?
Which I think is a test of love and loyalty.
And also, but I think she's also kind of telling her, like, it has to remain this way. You can still be mine, but it has to remain this way. We can't just be like, you can't just cut her off and be my little bitch now.
Because it would be too obvious if you just stopped talking to her completely. But of course, Cao Guiren is like, no, I'm following your lead. I'll do whatever you want. And she was like,
Do you
okay.
trust her?
Cao Guiren?
Yeah.
At this point, yes. That's my sister. Be careful. Because she says to Jinhuan, no, I would never, I'm just gonna like follow your lead.
I'm loyal to you now is what
And Jinhuan was like, good, I was just checking. Because I do want you to still be friends with her and be like a double agent. So if she's gonna use you against me, I'm gonna use you against her.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell me, how is she though? How is she feeling now that she is back in power?
And then we get this little weird thing where she's like showing off this pin in her hair, which we still don't know the significance of the pin, do we?
I've never seen a girl with a pin like this in her hair, so I thought it was very important, but I don't think it was.
Well, the first time we were watching through, we got nothing out of this scene because we were so hung up on the pin.
I was like, what is that? Is it someone's face? Is it like a...
No, Oh my God, they found Jesus' face in a Pringle.
No, you know, sometimes jewelry, at least in the Victorian era, you know, they used to just be like profiles.
The profile.
Like, you would just get somebody's etched in the fucking jade or whatever. So I didn't know if that was it, but it wasn't.
I'm not going to just like take that off the table that pin means something, because there was significance behind it. Because she did ask about it. She's like, oh, what a beautiful pin. And she walked over there to show off that pin.
I guess. In the second watching, it was clear to me that she was fishing for something.
And she gets a little help out of it because
she gets something. Jinhuan understands because she's like, we have no common interests after this is over. Like, after we collaborate and take down Hua Fei, we have nothing in common, so maybe I'm not really going to help you that much. Which she's basically saying to Jinhuan, I need you to give me something so that we are deeply in this together. So that's why Jinhuan says, okay, well, why don't I kind of adopt your baby? Why don't I be her, like, godmother of Princess Wenyi? Like, officially.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I'll go ahead and like kind of adopt Wenyi so that we can definitely rely on each other. And I can use my high status with the emperor to help elevate Princess Wenyi too.
Okay,
because
yeah.
Wenyi is kind of forgotten in all of this shit. She's the only living child, officially, and her mom is still a fucking Guiren.
What? Doesn't Qifei have a kid? A son?
Oh, fuck, yeah. Okay, he's not forgotten. He's been booted.
Yeah, they just do not like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gives her a little, like, advice about her nails.
Oh, wow.
That, like, at the very end of the scene.
Did she get them done at Lotus Finger? Flower Finger?
Flower Finger? Maybe.
Anna Nail?
I think she was Anna Nail. Is Anna Nail the place that we went to with Monty and he just became a brand new person after he got his nails done?
Yes.
It's so silly that him and Davide, it's like, I'm going on vacation, I'm getting my nails done.
Yes.
Yeah, no, she tells her to paint like a little like jasmine flower on her fingers or something.
Oh, right, because the emperor will enjoy
emperor will enjoy that and he'll notice that.
Yeah.
And it will help her
elevate as well.
Elevate.
Get more attention.
Level your pussy up.
Because honestly, in the last few episodes, I think I said this when we were watching it too. We don't know who's been serving. We have not seen the book.
We haven't seen the book.
I need to check the records. Who's been serving lately?
Do you keep a book?
You know what? When I was younger, I thought I wanted to.
Uh-huh.
And then as the numbers kept increasing, I was like, this is unsustainable.
There's not enough books in the world.
I gotta own the paper factory if I'm gonna be writing this much down. So I gave up. But wouldn't that be kind of fierce to like keep, and then like when you're old, you could like flip back through your like little memories of the good old days.
I think some of them need to be forgotten.
Oh, now we gotta go.
Okay, truer words have never been spoken. Yeah, no, that's true. Some entries are not worth recording. Some I need to like go to the fucking doctor and be like, delete that.
Can we get rid of it?
Just that one.
Y'all got that Men in Black little zapper?
Please.
In the next scene, we see Dr. Wen and Shen Meizhuang.
Oh, and she's being too much.
She is being too much. She's annoying the fuck out of me, honestly. And he's like, okay, yeah, I need to be on my way. I need to go to Jinhuan's place, and I need to prepare her teas and tonics.
And the jealousy jumped out. She was like trying to do some poetry about like, listen, I know sometimes it can be like this and like that, but don't let it be like charcoal on a snowy day.
And he's like, I'm just an employee over here.
Right. But I think
she needs teas and tonics, and I'm the person that has to prepare them, so I have to go do that. That's my job.
Right. And she's just like, I wish you'd serve my pussy the way that you try to serve Jinhuan's. You belong with me.
And he's like, but this is the schedule. And right here it says 1 to 2 Shen Meizhuang, 2 to 3 Jinhuan. So I gotta go over there.
Right. And so, I think he knows that she likes him.
Absolutely. And I think she'll get hers.
But he's not allowed to fuck any of them. Everybody's there to serve the emperor. If he's gonna be fucking anybody, it better be the emperor. You can eat my ass, faggot. Fanfiction, hello.
You think Daddy would bottom?
Depending on Dr. Wen, perhaps. But you know what? They could be sides.
They could.
Side by side.
Uh-huh. I give 0 fucks and I got 0 chill in me.
Anyways, he leaves and she's sad.
Yeah, and immediately Jinhuan enters to try to settle things about the Hua Fei drama.
This was very French theater to me. Because the thing about French theater, historically, is that a scene ends when a character leaves or a character enters. And so for me, it was very French in the way that he left and she immediately entered. Mm-hmm. Right?
So this is technically another scene?
It's a new scene.
Well, let me draw a line on my paper.
And she's not in the mood for it, though. Jinhuan comes in all cheery, and Shen Meizhuang is like, not today.
Uh-huh. My boyfriend is going to see you.
Right, which is like, did they not pass each other? He fully went stage right, and then she entered stage left.
Uh-huh.
So where does she live?
What the fuck?
And if he's going to be serving her teas and tonics, like, is she not there to drink them?
He has to prepare them. Maybe she doesn't have to drink them fresh. Maybe it's a meal prep service, and he just puts them in the...
Oh.
Well, they ain't got a fridge. Puts them in some sort of storage facility.
Okay.
An ice box, if you will.
A basket with a cover. No, I think all their teas and tonics, they're not refrigerated. They must be boiled. I think in the Qing Dynasty, everything is boiled.
Okay, yeah, but even when you make iced tea, you gotta boil it first and then you chill it.
I don't think they'd be drinking iced tea.
But Shen Meizhuang is giving very poor me. Oh, poor me.
Right, because Jinhuan is like, hey, let's catch up. And she's like, no, not after what you did. And she's like, well, are you not even going to, like, listen to my explanation? Like, you're not even going to give me a chance?
The thing that is annoying me about it is, like, she's upset that, like, because they sit down and she's like, yeah, none of the servants are here because they're going to pick up the, like, winter clothes or the spring clothes, and I'm sure nobody at your place has to worry about that because they're just going to bring it to you because you're in such high favor. Right. But it's like, you asked for this.
She did it to herself. Did I lie? She
You were did wrong. Everybody acknowledged that you did wrong. And you said, actually, no, fuck you. Y'all don't talk to me anymore.
Right. So I do think she's taking stuff out on Zhenhuan because she's mad at her about A, but she's taking out B on her. Mm-hmm. And so then Zhenhuan is like, okay, girl, I know you want to talk about A, so, like, let's talk about it. And I applaud Zhenhuan for being so honest because she's like, is it true that you're the one who elevated Hua Fei again? And she said, yeah, I did. Yeah,
but JJ-san, what is it?
姐姐三四.
Uh-huh.
Think about this. And she explains her reasoning. She's like, listen, like, she was going to get elevated eventually, so I might as well get ahead of it and at least put myself in a pitiable position. Mm-hmm. Because now he's done it. He's elevated her again, but he feels really bad about it. And he especially feels bad because I'm the one who suggested it.
Uh-huh. And we're still both very upset about the killing of our baby.
Right. Because Shen Meizhuang has a conspiracy theory. She's like, wait a minute. Did you suggest that Hua Fei be elevated again because you're trying to curry favor with her brother? Because you're aware of how much power he's accruing outside of the palace and is maybe going to try to overthrow the emperor. Is that why you're doing this, ho?
No.
I mean, from our perspective, yeah, that would be smart.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But Zhenhuan gets very offended by this, and she's like, do you really think that lowly of me? Do you really think I'm that evil of a person? After she killed my baby in front of all of us?
It is because of the brother. It's right. Like, he's stirring all this shit, and so we need her to be okay, so he will be okay and he'll pipe down.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it was all done for the boy drama.
Yeah. And while Shen Meizhuang may not understand that or not care about it, while we may not understand or care about the boy drama either, she says, eventually one day you'll understand.
And she said, leave and don't come back to my palace until I call for you.
Right.
Unless it's reasonable, unless it's necessary, don't come over here.
Right. Which I'm like, girl. Ugh.
And then she's also getting into this whole thing of like their childhood. And she's like, you learned how to play the zither. And so I had to learn how to do something else. And like, you've always been better than me. And you will always be better than me. And
oh, right. So I cultivated my virtue and modesty instead. Mm-hmm. But it's like, okay, then you're admitting that you chose that.
And are continuing to choose it.
Right. And Zhenhuan tells this amazing story about how when they were younger, there was this thing where they put boats in the river and they had dreamed of being married in the same town to maybe two brothers so that they could spend their lives together. And now there's such a divide between them.
Go brush your hair, bitch.
And Zhenhuan could never
go brush your hair.
She's like, yeah, I'll go. And once I'm successful, once I take down Hua Fei, I hope that you'll be willing to take me back.
All right, we are back, and in the next scene, we are in the workroom.
Oh, yes, we're in the workroom. Now, okay, Zhenhuan is not great in this green. She's in, like, a lime.
The lime green, it's the same one she's wearing the next scene, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it when they wear the limes. I don't like the limes, usually.
Well, no, you love limes.
The lime green. I don't like lime green. You know what? I actually have, like, a thing against lime green. I don't know why, but...
Michelle?
Michelle?
Visage?
I don't have a thing against lime green, but I have a thing against lime green.
I don't like it on these floral patterns on their specific garments.
The reason I do is because is because the way that my hair is, and every time I try to dye my hair green, it turns out lime green, and that's just not what I want.
Yeah, you want that forest green.
I want that forest green.
Because that means that you receive money?
It depends on what side.
Well, if it's in the middle, you pay and receive?
Yeah.
They're in the workroom, but as soon as Zhenhuan comes, the Empress is like, oh, it's nice to see that both you and Lady Virtue, or Shen Meizhuang, are both in the same room together.
Well, because Shen Meizhuang hasn't been there in a while.
Right. And so she takes this immediately as her cue to leave.
Wanna know what? No.
Yeah, she says, sorry, I've been too busy with Tai Ho. I've been serving her. Actually, I need to go see her now.
Yeah, it's almost time for me to serve again. So, bye. And then as soon as she leaves, the Empress is like, don't worry, Zhenhuan, she's being a cunt to everybody. Like, everybody's been talking about it. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, and I wrote down what she said. Women are fragile and we need to be taken care of.
Oh.
I wrote that down because I agree. Not about women, but about me. I am fragile and I need to be taken care of.
Okay, so if there are any listeners out there that are looking for somebody to take care of, we have a candidate right here. Please send your resumes and hongbaos to our official WeChat account.
Yeah, I don't know why I've wasted my fucking time in this goddamn country because there are no daddies here.
There are.
And I'm not a Chinese twink.
Yeah.
So they want nothing to do with me.
Well, yeah. There is definitely the roles to be played. And if this were a casting call, I think you would be the daddy.
I ain't nobody's daddy. I have that hat that says daddy on it, and every time I wear it, I say, let's make things very clear. This is a hat.
This is my beacon.
I am not a daddy. I am very much a baby.
It's like it's the bat signal, right? I'm putting it out. I'm like, Daddy, where are you? Mm-hmm. Looking for.
Mm-hmm. I miss you, Daddy.
Daddy, chill.
Not my father. I'm talking about Matt.
Did anything else happen in this scene?
Yes, An Lingrong stays behind.
Oh, right. She's like, okay, everybody leave except for you, Anne.
After Zhenhuan had literally just walked in.
Yeah. That's like
and she's like, Anne, you stay behind. And she's like telling her, she's like, you saw what just happened, didn't you? Mm-hmm. They looked, and Anne says, yeah, they looked like strangers in the street. They talked to each other like strangers in the street. They were not good sisters. They were acting like they didn't know each other.
But the Empress was kind of like, keep this up. Like, because she was threatening. She was like, imagine if the two of them, like, liked each other. How powerful that would be. We cannot allow that to happen.
She says that we don't want another Hua Fei, is what she says.
And so, I guess An Lingrong is like, okay, understood. I'm going to keep meddling for you.
I'm a fierce
because we'll see some meddlesome actions later on.
Mm-hmm. In the next scene, we see something that was mentioned in the previous scene that I did not catch, I guess, the second watch through. Because I paused it and I asked y'all, I was like, did we mention the mom coming?
Oh, right.
It was mentioned in the workroom scene.
It was.
Because I had remembered the last episode, the dad specifically saying, I'm not going to go see her. But the mom comes, looking stunning.
Well, I feel like all of these like royal ladies always come in this navy blue.
Yeah, maybe that's like something.
But she's dripping in jewels. Like lots of gold, lots of adornments.
I was really into the print of her robe.
Yeah, it was good. It was serving. And the little girl was also serving.
Yeah, she was very cute.
She was wearing pink, which is very befitting of her age.
It is, yeah.
And it like was short sleeved.
Chief A needs to take notes.
Ooh.
Wear
what not
for
to
your
wear.
age. Dress your age.
And so they're getting ready to see Zhenhuan for the first time in about 3 years, I think.
Mm-hmm. Since she's moved.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they come in and they're complimenting her palace, that it's so beautiful, so many nice things. Mm-hmm. And Jada's like, if you think the palace is nice, you should see the shoes.
Right, we got some. Oh, you think her shoes now are good? These are her dirty old maiden type shoes.
We got the shoe brocade, baby.
Let's pull out the shoe brocade.
I just thought that was funny.
It was.
He's like, oh, you think our palace is nice? Wait till you see the shoes.
And then, I forget what she says, but Jen Huan is talking about, oh, yeah, I've gotten a bit skinnier here, but you, my little sister, you got taller and fatter.
That was a little bit later in the scene, but...
Oh.
But yes. Because I have it written down a little bit further. Jen Huan is skinny and sister is fat.
Well, I think she was meaning that in a nice way. You want to tell little kids that they're like... Growing, yeah.
Yeah. But also, I think that is just something as Americans that we see as offensive, and Chinese people in the culture, it is just not.
Right.
Because there are...
It's like an objective observation in that way.
Yeah. People fucking call me fat all the time.
Mm. And not to be like a cruel, demeaning...
Not in a cruel, demeaning way, but like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Students always calling me fat. I.e. always calling me fat. Yeah, last week when I was feeling a little bit sad, like I was just like sitting on the couch and like IE came over and she patted on my belly and she was like, you need to get up. But she's fun and we'd sit there and have hour-long conversations and say nothing because neither one of us can understand each other.
No, but the pretending, it goes a long way.
We tried to. I tried to like talk to her about Jackie because she was Jackie's IE.
Right.
We get a little cutaway scene in here, over to An Lingrong, and she's like talking about because she's sending over like teas and stuff, and she's like, finally, I am not like a peasant anymore. And so, like, I feel good enough to, like, send these over to, like,
I remember that. Yeah. Because Jen Huan's family was very kind to An Lingrong when they moved into the palace. And so now she's like, let me actually show up and show out and, like, try to give them this nice tea.
Which, beforehand, the mom is like, you don't need to give us this nice tea or these nice snacks. Like, we're just little peasants in here. You don't need to give us this.
It's like, Mom, just drink the fucking tea.
Like it's literally just tea.
It's tea.
But it is that nice snow tea.
Right. So it's like, drink it. We already made it.
So An Lingrong is talking about how she wants favor, but she's going to like kind of use Jen Huan's favor for her to also be in favor or for her to like have nice things.
Yeah. And that is also clear later in the episode as well.
Then we cut back over to Mommy.
Hey, you better not be saying this stuff in front of the parrot.
Yes. She's like, you need to watch your mouth. You got a parrot over here. It's going to be repeating everything you say. Do parrots work like that?
I think allegedly some do.
Oh, wow.
I remember when I was a kid, I was very fascinated by the idea that a parrot could
talk.
But... You know, the only people that have parrots are fucking weird.
I say it. What I say it.
Yeah, I remember my brother's friend Dean, he had a parrot and his mom was nutso. But you would walk into the house and it would go, Alan?
Yeah.
Alan? Which was her name, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, people with birds, I respect your choice, but it's weird.
She's also telling her, like, why are you letting the maids dress so nice? I know you like Jade and Vermilion, but like you shouldn't let them dress so nice because it's gonna stir up rumors in the palace. You're treating them too nice. You're letting them wear all these nice garments.
Right.
They don't need to be wearing things like this.
They're not even your sisters.
They're not even your sisters.
That's your sister.
Mm-hmm. No, that's my sister. You be careful.
And then that's kind of it.
Well, because their alarm goes off and they're like, oh, time to go. And she's like, what? No, you just got here.
The mom was fully there for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And how long was the travels?
I think they live nearby.
They have to.
I think they live nearby because their dad works in the city.
Okay.
The furthest they live is like Songjiang.
Okay. But still, if you're walking from Songjiang?
Well, I don't think they are walking.
No, they're not. They're in the sedan.
Yeah.
But if someone's walking from Songjiang. I mean, but maybe it's easier because there's not all these fancy highways and shit. So maybe it's just
they can just go straight.
Maybe a straight shot. Yeah.
Or maybe it's like downhill.
Could be.
We could just like a sled.
Yeah. That's me.
Whipping the whipping boys to like pull you.
The horse.
Oh.
Okay, in the next scene we. I'm only whipping with consent.
Okay. I don't think that made it sound any better.
Yeah.
In the next scene.
In the next scene, we see Hua Fei, and she's like talking shit about Chen Huan. She's like, "Oh, her mother came. My family used to come all the time."
She's finally at my level. Game on, bitch.
No, she didn't say she's finally at my level. She's like, she's getting up there. But she's like, now I'm so high up that like my parents don't come anymore.
That's not what I got out of the scene, but
that's how I interpreted it. To where she is working her way up, but she's still quite not as high as me. That happened to me long ago.
Long ago.
And then it's like they announce him, and he just runs right in.
Oh, the Emperor. He's there.
It's quite a quick entrance.
And he's fucking with her. I know he is.
What did he say?
I don't know. He just like comes in and is like, "Wait a minute. What's your name? Songzhi? Your hands are the prettiest I've ever seen."
No, well, because she speaks up. That's why he brings it up. It's because she's like, "Well, we'll prepare all your favorite foods if you want to eat." And he's like, "Okay, yeah." And she's like, "Wash your dirty little hands." And so the maids come, and they have the little washing tins.
Oh, right.
And he's like, "This smells different." And she's like, "Well, we put in the Ashley, Nicole, Carmen, Jessica, Kimberly, Melody, you telling me in there." And one of them was a female's name, and so that's where I got that
okay.
And he's like, "Oh, what's your name, Songzhi?" He already knew her name.
He did.
And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." And they get their little flirty moment on.
He's like, "Your hands are so white and soft. I wonder how they'd feel around my big, fat cock."
Why did it take you so long to say cock?
I was trying to think of something else to say, but sorry, it's all I could come
it's just
up
cock.
with. It's
yeah.
cock. It's cock. And Hua Fei is clocking this moment. She's like rolling her eyes. She's like,
"Go get the food."
"Yeah, bring it in, ho."
And so they get the food, and
oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no. The maids will do the serving. You don't need to do it, Hua Fei. Songzhi, come over here and serve me."
And she is gooped and gagged. And she's like, "All right." But it was so funny because serving him really just ended up being using chopsticks to take it from this plate to just the plate right next to it.
And it's just the one little piece of beef or whatever.
Yeah.
The one little head of broccoli. So silly.
Yeah, I think that was probably... I don't know if that's how they truly ate at this time. I believe that was a filming choice. Mm-hmm. It's easier for the prop food if there's really only one part of it that you need to physically move.
Mm-hmm. No, because they've done this in the past. Like whenever Hua Fei's brother was over for dinner, and they were like talking about, or he had.
And they were serving the little bit of the chicken.
He had what's his name come over and serve him. What's his name?
Su Pei
Shang. Yeah, he asked Su Pei Shang to come over, and he puts the one little piece of beef on there.
Right.
Or like,
which they must eat very slowly.
Yeah.
I eat like very fast.
Well, the science behind it is that you are supposed to eat slowly, but
maybe that's why I'm burping.
When it's fucking jalapeno poppers, I am shoving them bitches in. They were yummy.
They were.
Yeah, so Hua Fei is upset about Songzhi, but we will get there in a moment.
Right.
First,
let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. We have... Okay, yeah, not that much. We have... today I topped up my phone because it said that I needed to, and it gave me no results, and so my phone is only working on Wi-Fi right now.
Topped?
Yeah, I topped up my phone.
How'd that feel?
I bought them one time, and now I'm just about them.
It's just one time. Your whole reputation is ruined. You know, there are people out there that are like, I will never bottom for a guy who bottoms. They're like, if you're a top and you bottom, you're not a top anymore.
I have a fear of that because it's happened to me many times that people will refuse me to top them because
they know your history.
Because I like to bottom.
And that is the conversation we need to be having in our community about discrimination and gatekeeping.
Well, I think we should have that conversation.
I am going to deliver way better than a pure top is going to deliver.
Deliver!
That is just the facts behind it.
It's true because you know, they always say that's why gay people are good at blowjobs more than women because we know what it's like for our dick to be sucked.
It's the same thing, yeah, because I have been on that receiving end, and so I know what is good, what is not good. I know it's different for other people, but
The tea. And that's the tea.
Period. And we're back, and in the next scene, we see
Shen Meizhuang and An Lingrong.
Because the plotting has commenced.
Yes, and An Lingrong is like, yeah, I feel like we're all... Are we drifting apart? And Shen Meizhuang is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would we be drifting apart? We're all best friends.
I just found you annoying.
No, I think you got it wrong. I think you got it the other way.
No, that's what happens.
No, she came in and she was like, listen, An Lingrong, I'm clocking you because... Like, you didn't have to come over here and pretend like you didn't know and have your maid say it and then have me get mad about it. You could have just told me. And then she's like, well, no. I was worried about, I was worried about Zhenhuan and I just didn't know what to do. And she's like, then you should have fucking just talked to Zhenhuan.
Yes, this was all said.
Yeah.
After she said that. That is how the scene started. I'm pretty sure.
No, because I don't think Shen Meizhuang is asserting that they're all friends anymore. I think Shen Meizhuang is saying, like, we're not friends anymore. And I'm not your friend either. So don't come over here and try to, like, use the wedge that you've put between us to somehow make us good friends.
No, she was saying we are friends, so you don't need to do all this bullshit. You talk to me directly. You don't need to do all of this... quoting poems and secret talking, sideways talking. You talk to me directly. You need something. You have to say something to me. You say it to me. We don't have to do all these formalities, all of these like secret talks.
But I think
you say what you need to say, and if you need to say it to Zhenhuan, don't come over to my house and say it. Say it to her.
That's true. That is true. But I also think like she doesn't want to be friends with An Lingrong because all the words she was saying to An Lingrong, you were cutting to her hands, like gripping the little handkerchief. Mm-hmm. Because what Shen Meizhuang was saying was really pissing An Lingrong off because her acting was not working.
I don't think it was pissing. I wasn't pissing her off. It was because of the acting. I think she was scared.
No, that wasn't scared. Her face was stone. Her face was like, "Fuck you, bitch."
She honestly can eat my ass.
I thought she was scared.
No, why is she scared of Shen Meizhuang?
She's not scared of Shen Meizhuang, but she's just like feeling guilty.
No, she doesn't feel guilty about a thing. She participates in black magic. Do you think she feels guilty about anything?
No, but I just interpreted this all wrong then.
I really think that, okay, listeners, you have to tell us because there's no way for us to know. But what I took from this was that she came in to be like, yeah, it's really kind of shady about, what Zhenhuan did. And then Shen Meizhuang being like, shut up. I know that you're playing me. Mm-hmm. I know that you're manipulating me and trying to get me to be mad at her, but stop using me. Leave me out of it, was her message. Mm-hmm. She was like, I don't want to be involved with you. I don't want to be involved with Zhenhuan. Leave me the fuck alone.
I said what I said.
Clocked.
Clocked.
She clocked herself. It was very, you don't love me.
You don't love me.
Right.
So yeah, that pretty much ends. An Lingrong leaves.
Right.
And
And the maid is leading her astray again. Mm-hmm. Because they see some people carrying boxes, and the maid, unprovoked, is like, ooh, I bet they're taking those to Zhenhuan because I think she's still sick.
And Lingrong's like, yeah.
Good idea. Why don't we make her some medicine?
We should make her some too because again, she's like, I need to stay close to her.
Mm-hmm. Well, because she just left Shen Meizhuang and she was like, okay, being close to Shen Meizhuang is not an option. She clocked me. I can't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, she clocked herself.
She clocked herself. So she can't get in on that at all. So she is like, okay, I really have to switch gears now. That's why I also don't think she was scared because as soon as she left, she wasn't like nervous or jittery. She walked out like mad as hell.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into the teas and the tonics of it later, but right now we see Hua Fei combing her hair.
I love this scene.
And Michi Miao Miao gets onto her knees and is asking for forgiveness. And she's like, what the fuck? What did you do? Why are you feeling so guilty? What are you asking for forgiveness for?
You dirty fucking slut!
And she goes to like stab her with the comb, hit her with the comb. And Greg Abbott comes in and is like, hey. No.
That comb is too nice. You should give it to me as a gift. I would really hate for it to be broken. Songja, do you want to like go
outside and fan the coals?
Yeah.
And then he's like, listen, you gotta calm down. Mm-hmm. Because you showing jealousy towards her is going to piss off the emperor.
Right. And remember, every girl in this palace is here to serve the emperor, not just you. Mm-hmm. So if the emperor does like Songja, that's tough cookies.
She ain't gonna be working for you anymore. She's gonna get her own palace. Mm-hmm. But she's gonna be moving in and she's gonna be sleeping on the bed.
And then she's gonna remember how the fuck you beat the shit out of her with the comb.
Mm-hmm. So, calm down. Mm-hmm. And she says something about that. I didn't know that there was a sly minx in here. Quick-witted and honey-mouthed.
Quick-witted and honey-mouthed.
Honey-mouthed. I loved that.
I'm gonna put that on my bio.
Mm-hmm. Quick-witted and honey-mouthed. Mm-hmm. Who said that?
I did. Do you not agree?
I could agree. I
am not quick-witted or honey-mouthed?
I could agree.
You could. Mm-hmm. But will you?
I will agree.
Hey, there we go. Thank you.
And so, yeah, Greg Abbott is like, don't fuck up your favor because you're feeling jealous about Songja.
Mm-hmm. And so...
because he's fucking 10 other bitches, too.
Right.
So don't be mad about her.
Right. So she's like, ugh, fuck, give this to Songja. Yeah,
and so the very comb she was about to beat her with is now belongs to her. It was a little gift. Mm-hmm. So in the next scene, we see that Kua is fanning the tonics.
Kua.
No, it wasn't Kua. It was cuckoo. But Kua is fanning the tonics.
Right.
She's hot like stolen Chanel, lock her up in jail.
Right. She brings it in and they're like, okay, for the final ingredient, I need you to bring me a knife.
No, she didn't. She didn't need to bring the knife in, but she like had the knife and she's like gonna cut the apple, and then she puts the apple down, and then she like goes for a wrist, and Kua's like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck, girl? No!"
And she's like, "This is an ancient recipe, and it calls for I forgot what the word is that they used.
Human blood.
It calls for it. It calls for this thing, and human blood is a good one, and so I'm gonna go for it.
The activator. Or something like
something like that. And she's like, "No, use my blood." And she's like, no,
it's gonna be mine.
It's gonna be mine. And we
don't actually see whose blood it is. They fight over it, and then we just see the dripping.
We just see the drip of the blood.
I could not believe it.
Which is like, this has got to be unsanitary.
Of course it is.
To put your blood into a tonic.
This is witchcraft. This is not an ancient recipe. This is witchcraft.
If Zhenhuan ended up drinking it, what type of spell do you think it would be?
You know, I'm not a witch. I don't know much about spells.
Because she's doing this to try to get very close to Zhenhuan. So do you think it's like a love spell?
Some sort of like bonding spell of some sort.
Yeah. The only time I've ever tried to use black magic, I never actually used. He just tried to put some of his blood magic into my Rio Strong. So luckily he did not. This scene was giving very self-harm to me. It's like she was, I think, and especially when she talks to Junhwan later, I think that was the point she was trying to make. Like, I'm so psycho that I'm going to self-harm for you if you do not call me your best friend right now.
Don't
It could get worse.
do it.
Right. And so I think Junhwan is very spooked by this.
Well, it is very spooky because Jinhwan is trying to take her nap, and An Lingrong and all her mates are just sitting there waiting. She's sitting there waiting at the table.
Uh-huh. Her pajamas are very fierce.
I wrote down fierce jammies.
Yeah. And these are different looking jammies than before. They look more loose. They're not quite so girly.
These are nap time jammies. These are not.
These are not like overnight
jammies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well. She does wake up, and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
She's like, "Yeah, you've been sick. I heard that you've been doing teas and tonics, and so I am good at that, and so I made you one.
Drink it." And she's like, "I only
with urgency." She's like, "Here, drink it. While it's still hot. Hurry."
Right. I'm like, "Okay, hustler."
And she smells it. She smells it, and she's like, "This smells strong. What the hell is this?" And she's like, "Here, give it to me." I drink it. It's fine.
It's
drink
fine.
It.
Drink it. And she's like, "A part of me, I only drink things from Dr. Wen, and I'm not even that sick." So like,
and then she notices the bandage around her hand, and she's like, "What happened?" And she's like,
"Nothing."
No, she didn't say nothing. She just straight out says, she's like,
"No." She tries to hide it, and then she fucking takes it, and then turns it over, and then is like, "What really? Oh, what happened?" Because she then sees the blood.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Well, it's an ancient recipe of this tonic that I gave you. It called for human blood, and so I put it in there.
I did it for you."
Oh, wow.
And
That's
she's like,
crazy.
"You crazy bitch. Don't do that. Do not make things off of ancient recipes. I'm not even that sick. Like, what are you doing?
You're not my doctor."
And then she starts crying. She's like, "Listen, Shen Meizhuang's not our friend anymore, and I don't want you to push me away either. All I want for you to is have a baby. I know that you hate me because the Emperor liked me for a little bit, but I'd rather have your friendship than the Emperor."
Mm-hmm.
And then Jinwan is like, "It's not that deep.
Mm-mm.
No. I drifted away from you because you're weird."
And then there's some talk about the sutras.
Oh, she's going to be like, "If you really want to help me, then write some sutras for my dead baby so that my dead baby can go to heaven."
The dead baby. Okay, yes. I was wondering because it was like, make some copies for my child.
Yeah.
And so we can have them for her and her mother.
Yeah.
I'm like, her mother?
No, yeah. She means like her.
He means herself.
Yeah.
And she means the dead baby.
Yes. And she's like, "Oh, great. I've already done a couple."
She's like, "Good. Make some copies."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that she says, "Okay, like Vermilion." Who's there? Is it Vermilion or Jade?
Vermilion's there.
She's like, "Okay, Vermilion, go with her to take our sutras together."
No, it was Jade. She sent off Jade.
Okay, because it was like, okay, you could just, because she was like, "Oh, I'll take the sutras together," and she's like, "No, I'm gonna send my girl too."
Mm-hmm.
Because like, what if the sutras I wrote for my own baby you take to do more fucking black magic with?
Mm-hmm. I don't need you voodoo dolling.
No, I don't need the ghost of my little baby to come back and haunt me because you used it.
Pentagram.
Yeah.
All that.
She's tampering in dark-sided stuff. Yes, she did. The entire house
Little interaction between
is dark-sided
Jinhwan and Vermilion.
Well, because then she leaves with the sutras, and basically it ends on a freeze frame of Jinhwan who's like, "Listen, she's weird as hell and does black magic, but I just hope that there's at least a little sincerity in her heart."
No, that's what Vermilion says. That she has sincerity in her heart, and then Jinhwan's like, sincerity does not come from an object.
Right. So she's a little bit wary still.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that Shen Meizhuang and
weary of the ways of the world.
I'm glad that is what she's singing in her heart, because both of the girls are onto what An Lingrong is doing.
Yeah.
I don't think they know it's coming from the Empress yet, but I think they're smart enough to discover that soon.
I think that they're smart enough to realize that An Lingrong is not smart enough to be coming up with plans as such.
Okay, well, but think about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been set up for a great scene between Cao Guiren and Hua Fei. I've said it before, but I still want to see that scene.
What kind
between
of
the
scene?
two
Where
of
they
them.
fight, or where they're just like reunited?
Well, they're reunited, and she's reporting information on Zhenhuan, and then she's receiving information to then report later to Zhenhuan.
We're gonna get into the double agent.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think we're gonna see some of that. I think hopefully the 17th Prince will come back, because he's now been promoted because of Zhenhuan.
Oh yeah, everybody got a promotion.
Yes, so it will be nice to see him show some gratitude there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully show a little bit more than gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's no boy drama. I love that there was very little boy drama in this episode.
Yeah.
The Emperor wasn't even in it.
Love that.
Love that. But I do want to see a girl in a blanket burrito. We haven't seen any of the girls serving.
Yeah, somebody's got to get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Or we at least need to see the book, the logs.
Yeah.
To
Or
see
that
who's
little
been there.
eunuch crying because no pizzas are being selected.
Uh-huh. That he's probably in that situation right now. He's probably not selecting any prizes.
Damn.
Because if it's not any of these girls, who is it?
Well, it could be Jing Fei, Jingpin. No, she got elevated. It's Jing Fei now.
Jing Fei.
Could be. I mean, I think that Cao Guiren has been serving, because that's how she got the pin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, why don't we take a break?
Mm-hmm. And now it's time for
本周心机真宠装。
I have two options, but it's actually only one.
Well, this is our weekly segment where we talk about the looks of the episode and we nominate and choose our favorite girlie.
I have two options, but it's really only one. So I will start with second place.
Okay.
And then I will reveal first place.
Well, according to you.
Yeah. Second place for me was Hua Fei.
Oh, interesting.
I'm a big fan of yellow. That was a great yellow. That specific shade of yellow, I think, is a really good shade of yellow for all skin tones.
Okay.
It would look good on a very pale person. It would look good on a very dark person.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Because I'm talking to you.
I just like, are you calling me pale?
No, I don't have to. But it's a good versatile yellow shade of yellow. I had a yellow dress like that before.
It was mustard, right? It was like
it's like a mustardy yellow.
Yeah.
It's a great versatile yellow.
Yeah.
You know what happened to that dress?
It was ripped off of you.
Yes,
and
Steve.
not in an erotic way.
Steve, it was a little bit erotic, but I didn't get any payoff from it.
But now his wife doesn't live here, so.
And I think he's gonna be in Ho Chi Minh when I'm there. Party. That was number one is Zhenhuan's mother.
Interesting. Very interesting. Because those are neither of the choices I thought you were gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were for sure gonna say Cao Guiren.
In the first scene?
Yeah, because that pin was captivating.
Absolutely.
It was the moment. Everybody was talking about that pin.
Mm-hmm.
We had to even stop and rewind because of that pin.
Multiple times.
So I think that that should say something.
Okay.
On a fashion. I mean, fashion tells a story. Fashion is a movement. It's a wave through society. Mm-hmm. And we felt that wave even 12 years later.
Mm-hmm. Is that your only option?
No, because I was also going to say Zhenhuan's little sister.
Okay.
Because that is a look that I don't think I've seen on the show before.
Well, it's a child.
The designer took real risks.
Well, that's what I felt about Zhenhuan's mother. I was really into that print.
I see where you're going. I just feel like the color, we've seen the color.
Yeah,
we've seen the silhouette.
And we haven't seen that silhouette. No, we haven't.
It was an elevated version of whatever that the wife that came over a few episodes ago.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
The sleeves were the same cut.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
But the overpiece was not the same cut. I don't know what you would call that, a tunic.
Maybe because her mother is a different rank, right? Wasn't that some drama? Her mom got promoted also recently.
I remember her mom getting promoted at
her birthday party.
Her birthday party whenever they were looking at the kite over the river.
Right. Okay. Well, who we gotta choose one.
Zhen Huan's mother.
More than the pin.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was more excited by hers. Okay, the pin was nice, but it was like it's like the same blue that we always see Cao Guiren in.
Okay, you know what?
So it was just like a nice, exciting, fresh look that we haven't seen.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you on this one because I have a feeling we're gonna see the pin again.
We could see the pin again.
I think the costume budget spent a lot on that pin, so they're gonna see it in many episodes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll give it to Zhen Huan's mom.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Congrats. What's her name?
We'll never see her again.
We won't. Yeah, you're right. We probably won't.
Until she gets pregnant. Not her, but Zhen Huan.
Zhen Huan, of course, yeah. Do they come over whenever she has the baby or something?
I think that's like the custom is like when they're about to have the baby or when they newly have the baby, the mom comes over.
To do all the grandmotherly things.
Yeah. Well, no, that isn't Chinese culture. Like when you have a baby, the mother is like forbidden from like doing a literal single thing for like months.
And the bitches out here be scamming.
They do. They do.
And then we had this girl at EF, and
oh right. You told me this before.
We believe I don't know how she ever fucking got hired because she was dumb as fuck. And they hired her, and then it was just like she immediately was
on maternity
leave, and so she was never there until she finally came back, and she was fucking dumb.
But China has really great maternity leave. I think you can, depending on which company, I think you can take up to 2 years.
Yeah.
If I had a baby, I'm not working for like 5 years.
Right?
Because I'm not going to let a stranger look at my baby.
No. For this week's language challenge, now I am going to give a tour of my apartment.
I can't wait.
It's not going to be as detailed as yours. It's going to be this is a chair. This is the window.
Can you tell me the word for chair?
Fuck no, but I have time to look it up on my way to my apartment.
Well, I can't wait. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Aren't I so silly?
Oh my god, I can't believe that, you knew so many words. I'm very impressed with you. Your home was clean, fierce, and your vocabulary exceeded my expectations.
Well, I got a itemized list from Davide.
Oh, okay. See, there is always some cheating involved when it comes to his challenge performances.
Hey, there was no rules set in place.
But anyways, I think there's only one thing left to say.
No, before we say that, I would like to say that I would like to leave you with some nice affirmation. A nice affirmation. My own world is full of things that I love and dream. The world is created only for me. And now the only thing left to say is...
You need therapy.
This is my therapy, bitch. 再见.